My son is unresponsive. He has something coming out of his mouth. This was the 911 call from a mother who wasn't mourning. She was finishing a plan years in the making.
Yes, my son is unresponsive right now. He got something coming out of his mouth.
What do you think is coming out?
I'm not sure what it is.
Okay, so if he's breathing, let him breathe. We're going to go ahead and start CPR, okay? So keep him breathing.
Yeah.
Here he is, okay?
Okay.
Police thought they were arriving at a medical tragedy, but 7-year-old Nathaniel had already told the world exactly who was going to kill him.
She slapped me, punched me.
In your face?
And then she punched me. Yeah, I cried so loud.
February 17th, 2021, 2:35 a.m. Officers in Oregon, Illinois, enter a bedroom on South 10th Street to find a scene that looked staged for their arrival.
It's probably going to be the most important conversation of your life. Okay. And your honesty is very, very important. Was there any problem that night? Was there anything that happened? No arguments between anybody? Nothing like that? Okay.
Sarah Saffron was performing CPR on a body that was already cold, while the father, Brian, stood by with an eerie lack of urgency.
After dinner, he was playing with the dog for a little bit. Between 8:30, he usually goes to bed.
Okay.
I read him a book.
Okay, so you go into the bedroom and read him a book. So 8:30, you read to him. Did he fall asleep while you're reading?
No.
No.
I usually tuck him in. He gives me hugs and kisses before bed.
Okay.
The father described a perfect evening, but the autopsy revealed Nathaniel's final moments were spent biting through his own lip in a desperate struggle for air.
He woke up at like 2:30 in the morning. He's not breathing.
Okay. How is she? Do you hear her from the bedroom yelling, or she comes in?
I opened up my eyes and she's like right in the doorway. He's not breathing.
Okay. Did you hear anything before she woke you up?
No.
Brian claimed he slept through a murder happening just feet away. But his calmness didn't match the reality of a dead child in the next room.
I believe that, and I believe right now your son is watching us talk right now, hoping that you're going to be a spokesman for him and tell the entire truth, everything you know. What happened to him in bed?
I know nothing else.
The detective realized the father wasn't shocked because he had been watching the abuse escalate for years without saying a word.
Can you just tell me how it came involved?
Well, he said she had the couch cushion. That was off the couch. The cushions were off the couch, or one of them. And he said that they were playing or doing something, but she took the cushion and put it on top of his head, and she sat on it, and she wouldn't get up. And she kept laughing, and he couldn't breathe, and he said, I kept screaming, I can't breathe, and she wouldn't get up.
Detectives tracked down Nathaniel's former foster mother, the one person who actually listened when the boy begged for his life.
So, were you playing in the house or something?
No, we were going somewhere with Kenzie, and I was in the car too, and she saw me fighting.
Oh, okay.
Kenzie was the one causing it.
Okay, and then what happened? Oh, okay. So Kenzie was fighting, so what did Mama Sarah do to you?
She slapped me, punched me.
She slapped you and punched you?
Yeah.
The abuse wasn't a sudden snap. It was a decade of documented torture that DCFS treated like a series of minor accidents.
Yeah, I cried so loud.
Did you? Did she say she was sorry for hitting you? She didn't say she was sorry?
She just walked away and got back in the front seat of the car and drove.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Was it like right here or
No,
right here?
here.
Oh, in your jaw?
Yeah, but
All
don't
right.
tell anyone.
Sarah didn't just break his body. She used psychological warfare to ensure the 7-year-old would never report the reality of the House of Horrors.
And I'll be more greedy.
Oh, is that what she told you not to tell anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't care because I have to tell the truth.
Do you? Okay.
But don't tell her
Well.
because she'll be so mad.
Sarah didn't just break his body. She used psychological warfare to ensure the 7-year-old would never report the reality of the House of Horrors.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to pray and hopefully Jesus will get you here sooner than later, right? Because he's working it out, right? Is he working it out?
Never.
He's never going to work it out.
While Sarah played the role of the grieving mother, the murder weapon was sitting in a dumpster at a local car wash.
I can clear whatever they had to wear because it was in. And he was wrapped all up with a blanket around his head. Wrapped all up with a blanket around his head, like she was trying to smother him.
That's how she described it. The
Yeah.
blanket wasn't all his whole body.
No, it was all that was around his head.
And he was in his crib by himself.
Yeah, by himself.
That's
Yeah.
how she found him.
Yeah.
Inside the home, the evidence was even more graphic, revealing a struggle that lasted far longer than the parents claimed.
He had blood stains all over him. We went and sat down in the dining room. He had a cut on his tongue, and the abusive actually told us that somebody cut his tongue. I don't know if the girls or somebody cut his tongue. He also had a lump on his head. I don't know if that was from the girls or from Sarah, but he had.
How old was he at the
He was
time?
5 months old.
Okay.
He was 5 months old.
Mother's lack of reaction to the word suffocation was the loudest confession the detectives had heard all night.
She has never bonded with him. Mom is mean, tells me to shut the fuck up, calls me stupid, sometimes because of my homework. I get picked on by my sister, doesn't help me, it's always my fault and I get spanked for it. Sarah's so irresponsible. Monday was President's Day. Nathaniel started walking to school Monday, and the snowplow drivers told him that there was no school.
When detectives finally cornered Sarah, she didn't ask about her son's final moments. She asked if her husband was being pinned for it.
I don't know why this happened.
This is trying to be pinned on my husband or my... Oh.
Let's say that again.
I said, is this trying to be pinned on my husband or my...
Oh, well, okay, well, that's kind of the situation we're in, where your son died due to suffocation. Okay, he died due to suffocation.
The detective watched as Sarah dabbed at dry eyes, realizing the grieving mother was actually a calculated predator.
How many people were in your house that night?
2.
Okay. Sarah, we have to explain this to me. Were you just messing around, or how did this go so far? Explain it to me, Sarah. I know you want to. This is a big weight.
The detective confronted her with the ultimate betrayal, her own admission to a counselor about wanting her children dead.
I did not hurt him.
Sarah, don't do this to yourself.
I'm going to need to get in the attorney because I did not hurt him.
You want an attorney?
Yes, I do.
No.
She was sentenced to 35 years, a sentence that many feel is an insult to the 7-year-old boy who spent his entire life begging to be saved.
Yeah, and she tried to get me to not breathe.
How?
She wrapped my neck and she tried to put my head underwater.
Put your head under your body?
Yup.
Nathaniel's silence was permanent, but the nightmare for children like him is far from over. To see how a father did the unthinkable and took his own child's life, click the video on the screen right now.